supply in general that they go to is typically going to be a downgrade supply, because the narcissist, when you discard them or they discard you, if they do discard you, it's normally, it is for different things, but a lot of times it's because they get bored with you, because you don't have that fuel to keep them going anymore, and you're probably actually also giving them narcissistic injury. So there's, if it's not fun for the narcissist, they're not going to stick around, okay? And so at some point in time, you may have had a lot of fuel, but you can't ride high forever when you're dealing with a narcissist, because they never pitch in. All the fuel's coming from you. So and not even just supplying fuel for the narcissist, but their whole web of betrayal. It's almost like you're supplying fuel for the narcissist to actually use against you. It's just crazy. It's almost like they're always get you fighting yourself. And is there anything worse than that? The enemy, you say that the narcissist isn't evil, then tell me this. There's nothing worse than somebody getting you to fight yourself, whether it be emotionally, whether it be spiritually, whether it be with your intuition, whether it be with your mind, with your immune system. The narcissist does this with every part of your being. And so anyway, you're fueling them. You can't keep that up forever, because you're fueling not just them, but their flying monkeys and all of their connections. When you're the center of their fuel matrix as their primary supply. Bored with you, you usually start to mirror back to who they truly are, because you get tired of dealing with, not getting equal reciprocity, right? Not getting the energy you put in, you're not getting anywhere close to it back. And they're treating you bad. And so it's a little malfunction in the relationship, right? So you're like, you start correcting it, because you can only be nice for so long. But when your fuel runs low down to the narc vibration, when they pull you down that far, close to it, to equalize them so they can step on top of you and squish you and destroy you, you get to a point to where you start to mouth off with them, or you start to treat them. The best thing you can do is pretty much just walk away in silent treatment them and slam the door forever. But a lot of times we don't do that, and for different reasons, right? So you have those kind of things, or they can be impulsive, but generally speaking, they're going to find somebody else to monkey branch to, because you don't have fuel. And if you can't build them up anymore, or if you're starting to mirror back who they are, then they got to move on. And so that's what they do. But the downgrade supply is not somebody like that they want to be with. They don't want to be with them like at your level is better. But because you have no fuel and that you're acting the way you are, they have to leave. Because this is the thing, they cannot keep up with somebody that has good quality, good character. And somebody put it like this, like when you say you're rich and you're not rich, and you're trying to impress like a girl or something that you're rich and you're not, then what you have to do is you have to, fake it. But you can only fake it so long, because your pockets are only so deep, okay? So when they're only so deep, you can only fake it for so long. At some point, you're going to be running on credit trying to fake it. And then after the credit's gone, you can't afford these expensive meals, trying to tell somebody you rich when you ain't renting a nice car when you ain't got the money. So it's going to come out, right? Or you're going to have to break up with them or something and play it off like that. But the same thing goes for your character with the narcissist. They have to fake having good character when they're around you, and you're the only one that actually calls them out to be a better individual. So when you call them out to be a better individual, then they don't want to hear that. And so it's because you have goodness, and you run off goodness, and you protect goodness. So when you're like that, most of the people that they hang out with that are secondary, tertiary supplies, they don't have the character that you have. And so this is the thing, they want to surround themselves around that character that you have. They have to fake it, and faking it takes a lot of fuel, and they get found out just like somebody trying to act rich would get found out. Okay, it's going to eventually come out, and you're going to eventually see through the cracks that they're a phony. because they can't act right forever. So what they're going to do is they're going to have to go to a downgrade supply, because a downgrade supply is someone that she or he or whatever, whoever you're with, they're going to be somebody that is going to just take them back whenever. That's what a downgrade supply is, and most of the people in their harem are going to be like that. They're going to be people that just accept them, because what they want, they like to, this is the thing, they like to put you or get you in a relationship and tell you how much they're like an alpha male or alpha female, and how, you know, everybody wants them, okay? And you're on the chopping block, and if you can provide a lot for them and do everything for them, then what they're going to do is they're going to stay with you. But it's still only for a short time. It's more of that is all head job stuff. It's to get in your head and make you think that they have a bunch of supply sources that are fighting for her or fighting for him, if this is a female I'm talking to. They'll get you to be thinking that way, because, you know, the narcissist is all about the facade, the manipulation, the fantasy, the smoke and mirrors. So, you know, they're going to be doing that to you all the time. Anytime they're talking, they're lying, okay? And if they're not lying, then they're taking a small truth and making it a big truth. You know, so when they tell you that, you know, they're highly valued and there's a lot of men that really would like to date them, then there's probably one scrub out there that'll take them back, and that's it. And that's how it works. So the thing is, the reason why is because what they want, what you are to them, took a lot of fuel for them to get, because they had to fake everything. They had to put a lot of energy into it. And that, all of that lying and doing, you know, trying to make things seem right while they're getting you nailed down, takes a lot of fuel, and it takes a lot of work. And narcissists don't like to put work in like that. They will for a primary grade A type supply in the very beginning. And so they have to do a lot of things. They have to test you. They do all these things. But typically, they're not going to go get somebody like you again, because chances are, a lot of times people were probably healthier than you were when you met her or him, okay, whoever I'm talking to, right? Meaning, you know, you had some downfalls, or I had some downfalls when I met this individual. I had chinks in my armor that I don't have now. But generally speaking, there's a lot of healthy people out there that run high value like we do. They don't have those chinks, and we just happen to. And it was, you know, just because we were unawoke to this kind of stuff, you know, whatever. When they get somebody like you, you are very much an exclusive, meaning that, especially when you get into your 30s and into your 40s and stuff like that, a lot of people that are good and empathic have already been scooped up, and a lot of times what's out there is not good. And generally speaking, it's not been good anyway. It's less and less. We are the last of a dying breed, y'all. Empaths, real true empaths that have pure hearts. We are the last of a dying breed. We the last ones left, y'all. That's why I believe God's given us the ability not just to wake up, but to empower us at this point in time. Because that's what God does, you know. God saves the best wine for last, y'all. You know, you don't put, you know, wine gets better as it ages. And that's why God talked about the wine. And you can't put new wine in old wine skins, or else lest they burst, right? And what he was talking about is that he's saving the best wine for last, meaning his best remnant are going to be in the last days. And they're going to be saved up and empowered in the last days. Because we're going to have to fight major battles, you know. You fight a major battle in these days without the Lord, you know. You just can't do it. It's impossible. And so he's empowering us and allowing us to be have the ability at this point in time, because there's not many of us out there these days, and he has few against many. And you know, he's going to be there for us. He's not going to allow us to get trampled on. Because if he has to set us amongst 10,000 each as our enemies, 1 to 10,000, man, he'll shine right through it. But this is the thing on the downgrade supply. They don't have the personality and they don't have the charisma to go get somebody like you again. They kind of got lucky with you, and you're the exclusive. But what they do is they put it out there like they're the exclusive, that you can't find them again, and that they build themselves up, and you believe it because you're under that spell. So they build themselves up to being that high value target. But in fact, it's always the opposite with the narcissist. So if they hate you, they really need you. They may not love you, but they really need you. And you know, if they tell you they love you, they're probably out to destroy you. It's the opposite of what they say, and it's always look at what they're doing, not what they're saying, right? So they're going to go out downgrade supply because that's mostly all they can get, because most of them are antisocial as well. They don't do well some people say that they like the company of a bunch of people. Generally speaking, that's not true. A lot of them are antisocial, you'll find. They're very awkward in and amongst people, and a lot of people cannot hold a conversation with them because they don't want to tell anything about their personal life, first of all, and they're always questioning people and thinking that somebody's trying to get over on them while they're actually trying to get over on somebody else. So it's not, I don't know where they come up with that. They're not very sociable. There are some, they're the grandiose type, the overts. I mean, the overts, that's not what we deal with, okay? That's the thing. We don't talk about that much. We don't deal with overts. Actually, it hasn't hit me until just now. Generally speaking, the empath's not going to deal with an overt because we would turn them away because our character is better than that. We'd know it. We'd see right through the overt. We're going to get the covert types to deal with, and they're antisocial, generally speaking. That's a good one. We don't get the overts. We don't deal with them. It's like you're not going to go out with, somebody who's flaunting stuff and speaking out the side of their neck all the time. You're going to turn that down. An empath, a true empath, wouldn't want that. They'd like go on one date with them and then never show up again and wouldn't even worry about it. They're going to go to a downgrade supply because they don't want to put in work, and they really can't because they don't have it. They have to fake it, and they need a lot of fuel to do that, and they're lazy. So when they leave you, they usually, generally speaking, go back to somebody in their harem, and it's going to be this. And they call everybody up in their harem, and whoever calls back first is the one that they go out with. To some degree, it's kind of true. There's probably like 3 or 4 people that they'll catch up with or whatever, and then they're usually trashy people, so they can come and go as they believe. Basically, like, if the narcissist is going to go out and cheat on them, they're okay with it because they are the same way. That's my point. So they don't have high value. So it's not like they could fling their shit on with low value target. Because what are you gonna do? What are you gonna get from them? I mean, you're gonna be wearing a mask that looks like yours. So to fling yours onto them is gonna still keep you at a low vibration. It's not gonna raise you up. It's gonna keep you at the same level or bring you down further. So that's why the 2 narcissists can't really make it unless they agree to have an open marriage and to much just be roommates or something, you know, because they're going to have to get their supply from somewhere else. They're not going to be successful in a relationship with 2 narcissists. They're going to destroy each other, and then they can't wear each other's fuel, so they got to go flinging it. It's going to be toxic. I don't think a lot of people talk about this like this. This is really hitting me good. I'm getting my download, y'all. But this is how it works. They're going to go to a downgrade supply because they don't have the ability to get high value targets. They got lucky when they got you. And that's why, you know, they're going to be much older, and they're going to be like using them for sex supply, and they're going to be shape, and they're not going to have their looks. They may have a little money, and they're going to know that they're going to be, they're both know they're using each other. But that's about all they're going to get. That's empathic. But, you know, then you're talking about they'll screw each other over too. They have to, because they know they're using each other as well. So it's not really like they're getting any kind of empathy, a good quality supply out of that. They just don't get good quality supply out of that. And as they get older, it gets worse. And really, they're not the high value target. You are. It's just like we're unaware, and you were letting things in that you shouldn't have, and now you're not. That's kind of how it works. You're going to end up with another narcissist that they've been going to on and off. But usually they say that, you know, they're always going to be there for the narcissist from, you know, for short periods of time, so that they could bunk up together when they're both out of supply. And that's why they will do that. But generally speaking, they fight for power. The lesser narcissist against the greater narcissist, then they end up destroying each other if they're in a relationship. So if you can give me a like, subscription, thumbs up, appreciate y'all. Till next time, soldier up, peace, we out.